Hey guys, welcome back to Dr. Narration, the best channel for cheating stories. Like and subscribe to the channel for more cheating stories like these.
My 21 male, cheating girlfriend 23 female of 2 months wants to get back together. I have mixed feelings about it. Need some advice on where to go from here. Throwaway account since the female in question uses Reddit and is familiar with my primary account. I began a relationship with a girl I'd known and spoken to for a while earlier this year. We are both, and it was a long-distance romance with intentions to meet in person. We got along well and were excellent friends. We both appeared to have emotions for one another, so I confessed and she said she felt the same way. We made our relationship official a few days after my confession, and we were together for 2 months before things began to fall apart. We had gotten into a fight over some family matters, and she basically told me she didn't want me to meet her sister because she feels she's a promiscuous person. That perplexed me since I was uninterested in her sister. As previously said, we are both, and I couldn't understand why she would accuse me of maybe cheating on her in such a way. It was generating a lot of stress between us, and I attempted to repair it for days and days, staying up until the early hours of the morning on many occasions to speak to her and try to fix it. On our final night together, I was still trying to solve things. I'd been up until 3:30 a.m. waiting for her to complete work just to speak to her, and then she was belligerent and confrontational from the start. She completely dismissed everything I was attempting to address, which felt like a smack in the face, given that all I wanted to do was try to make things work again. And then she brought up a topic she already knew I was uncomfortable with for virtually no reason. I was at my wit's end, and it was 6 a.m., so I drunkenly broke up with her and went to bed. I'm not proud of what I did, and I regretted it the following morning. But while we were discussing that day, certain things began to come to light. She was being passive-aggressive, nasty, and disrespectful, which I can understand considering how I ended our relationship. But she also told me certain things that impacted my perspective on our relationship. She admitted to me that she had lied to me and manipulated my emotions on multiple occasions because she couldn't control her drug use and didn't want me to judge her, telling me that the drugs she had taken weren't working, when in fact the drugs weren't affecting her because she didn't have any more drugs. She had already taken all of the pills she had purchased a day or two after purchasing them. I spent up until 5 a.m. one night, comforting her over one of these occasions when the drugs weren't affecting her, and she had also confessed to cheating on me. On the night we started conversing and made things official. As I was responding to her, she was in another chat sending some other man-filthy messages. I didn't even notice it when I initially read it. I'm not sure whether it was shock or disbelief, but I just have recognized it and went on. Later that day, I went to a therapy session to try clear up the uncertainty I was experiencing and get my brain around it, and that's when I realized the magnitude of what she had done. I was angry and wounded, and when I went home, I called her out on her cheating and lying and ordered her not to contact me again. The following day, she had obtained my phone number from my Telegram account and given it to a friend in order for them to send insulting texts to me on her behalf, and those texts were quite upsetting. Without going into detail, she told me that I was stupid to think she ever loved me in the first place, that she never found me attractive, that I was just her summer boyfriend, that it was my fault that she cheated on me because I trusted her blindly, that she found me boring and annoying, that she was using me the entire time, that she hoped I overdosed and died, and so on. Yes, it was a really nasty split. She messaged me again about a week later, apologizing and explaining that she was high as hell that day and said a lot of mean things and lies in those messages, which she regretted sending, and that even her friend said it was too much, but she agreed to send those hurtful things to me despite knowing it was wrong. We ended up communicating again, and we seem to be on good terms again, and she has been floating the notion of reuniting. And here is where the problem arises. I still have emotions for her, and she tells me that she loves me more than anything and longs to be mine again, and in some ways, I long to be hers as well. So we got together last night to start clearing things up and setting a lot of things right before we actually consider getting formal again. I confronted her with a slew of questions regarding her infidelity. She guarantees me that she only did it once and felt awful about it, but she also told me a while ago that she didn't do it frequently, and that she and that friend are really close and comfortable with one another, so I'm still a bit puzzled about that. But something happened last night that altered my mind about getting back together. Not only had she been nasty chatting with another guy while we were together, but she had also been emailing nudes, even on the night that my boyfriend and I made our relationship official. 3. I'm not sure what to think of it. I thought I'd finally gotten my mind around her infidelity, but what she told me last night put another wrench in the works. She told me that on the night my relationship with her became official, she was exchanging nudes with the guy for about 2 hours and encouraging him to her photos, all while telling me in another chat that I was perfect and the only guy she would ever want in making our relationship official. And, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. It frustrates me to no limit. Once again, my universe has been shattered to its very foundations. For some reason, it upsets me since she hasn't considered it to be cheating until recently, which is strange. It bothers me that she would betray me in such a manner on the night we first started dating, since she had known about my feelings for her for days before that and even told me she felt the same way. And yet she chose to do it on that specific night. It is really painful. The fact that she confessed to me on the night I confessed upsets me even more, because she stated that she desired a long-lasting and faithful relationship, one that is always true and full of love, and then stabbed me in the back on the first day we spent together. Only days later upsets me even more. It bothers me that she could send the individual nude in the first place, much alone again. In addition, as previously stated, we are both ace, and being nude makes us both uncomfortable, or at the very least, it makes me uncomfortable. I can't speak for her at this point, although she did tell me that she was repulsed, which makes it all the more perplexing and hurtful that she would send nudes in the first place. I'm not sure whether she's telling the truth about being an ace, or if there's more to the story than meets the eye, and it frustrates me because I admired her and thought she was fantastic in my opinion. Although she wouldn't even trust me enough to reveal her stomach for the entire time we were together due to her claim that she was too insecure and obese, she did trust another random person who meant nothing to her enough to send images of her entire nude body and private areas to me via email. It seems to me that she does not completely trust or love me, despite the fact that I was her one and only love. Since we were both ace and she stated that seeing her naked made her uncomfortable, I never asked to see her naked. However, now that I know she does send nudes to other people, and that it was only me with whom she was uncomfortable or distrustful, I feel betrayed and lied to. Furthermore, I feel ridiculous and ignored. She made a mockery of my existence. I believe that if I return her to me, I will simply suffer and be disappointed, since she places more faith in other guys with her body than she does in me. Her being skeptical and mistrust of me would make her dislike me, and she would get enraged at the prospect of having to deal with me. The thought of looking at her body and knowing that it has been defiled by the lusty eyes of another person while she was eliciting them makes me feel sick. It aches to realize that, despite all she told me, she truly belonged to someone else, and not to me after all this time. Sorry for the lengthy rant, but I'm just looking for some guidance. I still have a strong attraction to this girl, and I believe she feels the same way about me, as if I mean something to her. Nonetheless, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to move on from that betrayal, especially when she told me last night that it wasn't only filthy messages, but also nudes that she had received. It's simply that it hurts too much. My feelings are hurt and degraded, and I am treated disrespectfully and misled. I just want to hear people's opinions so that I can figure out where things should go from here. Any aid, direction, or even just someone to talk to would be much appreciated at this point in time. Please accept my sincere thanks for taking the time to read this long post. I hope you have a fantastic day.